The best no minimum card spend strategy is about to change. And I'm sure you know what I'm now talking about because the brand new product is just launched in February, and that is the chocolate Visa debit card. First of all, this is not a paid advertisement nor sponsored video. I have no sponsorships with Chocolate Finance or HeyMax, but I do have affiliate partnerships with them. So if you use my referral code to sign up for either of these products, I will be paid an affiliate commission, but that's about it. And I want to be a little bit different about how people try to share about the chocolate Visa debit card. And to be clear, it is a single card product, but you will need to have two platforms in order to maximize the rewards. So the card product is offered by Chocolate Finance, so they are coming up with this debit card, and the rewards will be effective from 11 February onwards, which probably by the time you watch this video, it will be live. But just having the chocolate account itself will not get you the rewards because you will need to also sign up for an HeyMax account in order to earn 2 max miles per dollar on your first $1,000 eligible spend, which is one of the benefits which Chocolate Visa debit card is offering. So some quick facts about this new chocolate card. Firstly, it gives you 2 max miles per dollar on first $1,000 eligible spend. And when we talk about eligible spend, it's not just those very few specialized spend, because it is a very wide range. It even includes common exclusions from other banks or FIs like insurance, charity donations, educational institutes, government, or even AXS. All these will earn 2 max miles per dollar. But note that it is only eligible for the first $1,000 spent in a calendar month, and it resets on the first calendar day. Secondly, this card does not have any foreign exchange fees if you were to charge a foreign currency, and you will be using one of the most competitive rates, which is Visa exchange rates. So I guess that's very similar to Trust Cashback card, which is also offering Visa FX rate at 0 fee. So in a future video, I'll probably compare between Chocolate Visa debit card versus Trust Cashback card to see which one is a better option in terms of the multi-currency multiverse. And of course, if you want that video, go and comment Choc Trust +1, Choc Trust +1. And even though I've shared about HeyMax many times in my past few credit card videos, some of you may not be sure that actually Max Miles, they do not expire at all. Then like I mentioned earlier, all the common exclusions from other banks or FIs are not excluded from this Chocolate Visa debit card, which is why this is the selling point. The 2 max miles per dollar is not a selling point, right? Because if you compare to other 4 miles per dollar common credit cards, it is not a big deal at all. And in fact, when news about this card was released on the internet, I really went on live on the first day to cover about the extensive details. So in that particular live stream, I already highlighted the benefits, what you should watch out for, some of the frequently asked questions, and even answered some live questions posted to me by the viewers. So I also posted this live stream on my Telegram group, which is why if you want the first-hand update, always join us at the 19 over 1,000 members Telegram group at Honey Money SG, where you'll get the latest news for free. But in this video, I really want to offer a different perspective, right? I do not want to just describe the card because that's what every other creator is doing. I want to go from a more strategic standpoint. How should you use Chocolate Visa debit card, and is it really suitable for you? I guess let's start from advanced users' point of view because most of you should already be familiar with how Chocolate Finance works or how HeyMax works, so I do not have to elaborate on that point first. And I'm sure that if you are an advanced card user, you will probably choose your 4 miles per dollar cards or 8% cashback credit cards because these products have much higher rewards compared to the Chocolate Visa debit card. 2 max miles per dollar, not a big deal. But I hope we can all agree that 2 max miles per dollar on the commonly excluded categories is certainly awesome. And I'm sure that if you're an advanced user, you will have been using digital payment solutions like CardUp or ipaymy. But the truth about going through these payment processes is that you have to pay an admin fee of at least 2% upwards. Even with promo discount codes, you still have to pay at least a 1.5%. That is if you're doing bill payments to like insurance, to educational institutes, all this. But this is not the case for Chocolate Visa debit card because they do not charge you a fee even if you pay through AXS, where over at AXS, you can pay to a lot of merchants, including your education institutes, your government services, and insurance, which we'll go through later in this video. And let's just be honest with ourselves that min-maxing involves a lot of manual effort. Tracking, making sure the spend hits before your credit card statement is due, and sometimes maintaining the spend for 3-month consecutive period of tracking and effort will take up some time, rather than getting 2 max miles per dollar effortlessly compared to a 3.3% cashback. So that's for advanced users, right? But coming from a beginner standpoint, maybe you all don't even know how all this works and what language am I even speaking. First of all, if you are new to the card spending territory, be it debit cards or credit cards, you will need to know something known as the merchant category code. And most of these card products, they offer upgraded reward points based on a certain merchant category code, like grocery, like F&B, like travel, transport. And I believe that if you're new to all these card spending terms, you will definitely not understand what is all this MCC about. Why is it so complicated? I would rather use cash and then forego all these rewards. But that's not the case with Chocolate Visa Debit Card, because this card is going to ensure that you earn 2 max miles per dollars on the general spend, plus most of your bill payments. And I have to mention that this card product is a debit card. It is not the credit card. So it's really suitable for students, for housewives, for NSFs, for retirees who do not draw a salary. So you do not have to qualify for a credit card. You have some income requirements that may forbid you from applying for a credit card. But this is not the case for a Chocolate Visa Debit Card. The only criteria is that you need to have funds inside the Chocolate account for you to spend these funds. It's just like a normal debit card. You need to put in the funds inside, then you can start spending on this card. Otherwise, your transactions will get rejected. That's how it works. But whether you are an advanced user or a beginner, you will need to know how to utilize Max Miles, right? Even if you have earned it, how do you even redeem or use the Max Miles? Because even for advanced cashback credit card users, they may not know how to value the miles. But HeyMax makes it really simple for you. And I can put it out here that 2 max miles equals to 3.6% cashback. So instead of looking at Chocolate Visa Debit Card as a 2 max miles per dollar card, you can also look at it as a 3.6% effective cashback card. Why is it 3.6% cashback? I'll explain it later. But firstly, you must know what can HeyMax miles be redeemed for. And firstly, that will be gift cards, which means that you will be redeeming it at 1:1 ratio, and that is effective 1% cashback, which I don't recommend at all because it is not the best value for money. But if you want to, you certainly can. Now let's move on to the higher level redemptions, starting with Fly Anywhere with HeyMax, because this is HeyMax in-house reward program utilization, whereby if you have already made a transaction for a budget or economy flight, whether you book it through the official airline's website or you book it through an online travel agent like Agoda, Expedia, all these that offer flight ticket bookings, you could submit your invoice to HeyMax through Fly Anywhere with HeyMax, and then the sum of the total invoice amount will be reimbursed to you. And I'll give you a very specific mathematical example. For example, if you have a $450 total invoice amount booked for your flights, then do you know how much max miles you need to redeem? The redemption rate is at 1.8 cents per max mile. So all you have to do is to just take $450, divide by 0.018, which is equivalent to 1.8 cents, and that will give you 25,000 max miles, which is how much you need to redeem a $450 flight. So if you do a reverse calculation, 25,000 max miles, how long do you need to accumulate? Assuming on 1 month, you can spend the effective $1,000 to earn 2,000 max miles, right? Because 2 max miles per dollar on first 1,000 spent. So each month, 2,000 max miles. 12 months, you will get 24,000 max miles. Then the other 1,000 max miles there, either you use my referral link to sign up, get some bonus max miles, and then after that, you can use HeyMax services like shop with HeyMax or buy vouchers on HeyMax, and I'm very sure you can earn 1,000 max miles very easily. So I would say if you use the Chocolate Visa Debit Card effectively, 1,000 spent every month, 2,000 max miles every month, then 12 months later, I'm very sure you can hit your first $450 off Fly Anywhere with HeyMax redemption. And I already tested the Fly Anywhere with HeyMax redemption 2 times in my past 2 bookings. So all this cash is already reimbursed back to my account after I've submitted the redemption form. By the way, it's not just for yourself, it can be for your whole family as well if you have enough max miles to redeem the full booking. So that's the beauty of Fly Anywhere with HeyMax. But if you want a higher level redemption, for example, you want to fly on business class, you want to fly on first class, then I guess the next step is to transfer to airline partners, because there are a wide variety of airline partners that you can transfer your max miles into at 1:1 ratio. For example, Aeroplan by Canada and also British Airways Avios, all these are transfer partners that HeyMax can offer you. And these are usually not those airline transfer partners that you can find from specific credit cards. But I'm very sure that if you want to fly business and first class flight, you are already considered an advanced miles chaser and you know how to work your way around it. I guess if you're new to all this miles chasing thing, you will want to prefer KrisFlyer, which unfortunately is not a transfer partner of HeyMax yet. But I'm very sure that they're working very hard to bring it in. And just to give you a little bit of good news, to fly Singapore Airlines, you don't have to book through KrisFlyer. There are other airline partners like Aeroplan Canada that you can book Singapore Airlines flight as well. But we will not go through this in this video. I'll probably do like a live stream, to educate people about the different frequent flyer programs. Now, having said all this about Chocolate Visa Debit Card, is it like a all perfect product? I do not think so, because there are some concerns that I have about this product. Firstly, it is a debit card, and I know many people are really familiar with how credit card works. But the way debit card works is that you will need to have funds inside the chocolate account first, which means that if you are holding too much funds in your chocolate account and your debit card is not locked or frozen, then it may be susceptible to fraud transactions, which is quite dangerous because debit card is harder to recover the funds compared to credit card in terms of fraud protection. So if you are really uncomfortable of putting so much funds in the chocolate account, then I would suggest that you put in the max $1,000, just to hit your effective spend of 2,000 max miles per month. And that's about it. Secondly, for all those who have not heard about chocolate finance, what do they even do, right? Firstly, they have like an investment portfolio. It's known as the chocolate account, where you'll get 3.3% effective return for your first $20,000. But I have to make it very clear that it is not a savings account. It does not give you interest. It gives you investment returns. And you should know that investment returns are not guaranteed. What chocolate finance is guaranteed about is the top-up program. So if the investment returns fall below 3.3%, chocolate finance will top it up to 3.3%, but only effective for the first $20,000. Then above $20,000, there is a different rate that chocolate finance will top up, but I won't go through it in detail in this video because this is not a cash saving strategy video. And recently, chocolate finance also launched their USD managed account, so if you're interested, you can take a look at it. Then I guess one of the most important question is AXS. What can you use it to pay? Can you use it to pay other banks' credit cards? The answer is no, because I have also confirmed with both HeyMax and the chocolate team that to prevent anti-money laundering activities, if you want to pay through AXS using the chocolate Visa debit card, you can't use it to pay loans and other credit card bills, so it is not workable. Just to put it out there in case some of you are trying and it's not working. So then for other AXS bills, how do you use chocolate finance card to pay? Because I already done a sample transaction on the 10th of February. So once you've selected your bill on AXS, you want to go to the payment method and then you want to select credit card. Although I know that chocolate Visa debit card is a debit card, but please select credit card and then other banks, then you can make a payment through chocolate Visa debit card. So what can you use AXS to pay? Firstly, condo MCST and town council fees, which I believe that if you're staying in the property, you definitely have to pay those. And of course, payment to IRAs that you cannot escape if you earn an income. And other essential services like insurance and student services where you want to pay educational institutions. All these are very useful merchants that you can pay and then earn 2 max miles per dollar with HeyMax and chocolate finance. So once again, if you're interested to use this chocolate Visa debit card, you need to sign up for 2 platforms, both HeyMax and chocolate finance, and you can refer to the links in description if you are new to either of them to get the sign up bonus. This information is accurate as of the February 2025, and the rewards will only be effective from 11th February onwards. And this is just a very short video based on what I covered. I covered in extensive detail in the live stream for the chocolate card launch with HeyMax, and you can refer to the 1 hour stream for even more juicy details right here.